Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is Reality with Diva D. How are you doing? And today we're gonna do the analysis of the last episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But before, come on in, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell button, and you will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video, because sharing is caring. So, let me tell you a little story that got in my crawl space the other day. So, I was over there minding my own business, right? On another, what we call ourselves, content creators. I was on another content creator channel. And I watch other people's channels not because I am getting research or I'm learning how to do a channel. I was taught by the best. The person who was my teacher is Ty. Ty from that does the Black History stations or whatever. Okay. I was monetized by the YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel was monetized, and for some reason something happened. I don't know what that thing was that happened, but they pulled my monetization. Ty wasn't able to explain it to me. Nothing against her. It just is what it is. I still to this day don't know what happened. I was supposed to be, I had months before that, they had sent me an email telling me. So as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I support other people's channels. So I was, like I said, I was minding my own business, watching somebody else's channel, and I was talking about how, the injustice of YouTube. So I was on my way to monetization. My videos, I've gotten videos with upwards of 3,000-4,000 views. Well, that's a lot, seeing as how I have a small channel. And so they come sending me these letters. Congratulations, you've reached Super's monetization. Congratulations, you got your 4,000 watch time hours. I have videos and my emails to prove, because I always take pictures of stuff. So I'm smart enough to do that. I said all that to say, so I'm just minding my own business, watching that other content creators show. And her hair was pretty, right? She wears her hair natural sometimes. She wears braids sometimes. It's just a variation of different things. And because she's in that set, I just naturally thought it was a wig, because she knows how to tell people, that wear wigs when they look bad and when they look good. I barely know when a wig looks bad and looks good. Like, like some people say Drew's wigs look bad, look good, whatever. Angela's wigs look bad, look good. I don't know what lifting is. I don't know what glue is. I don't know any of that, because I completely wear my hair natural, right? Little tight fro. Sometimes twists and puffs. I just keep it simple. I don't know, because I don't know a whole lot about units and wigs and all that type of stuff. So somebody gave her a compliment through a super chat, and it was like, I love the wig. She took that as an insult. And I was like, I don't understand why she took that as an insult. Now, you can't tell somebody how to take something, right? So I just backed up the other person. I said, shit, I thought it was a wig too. I mean, everybody don't know. There could be a whole lot of people out there like me that don't know what a unit is, don't know what a piece is, don't know how to sew in a piece. The only reason why I know shit like that is because of my sister. Now, she does the ponies and the phony ponies and the weaves and the braids. She does it all. And you have to be a hair person for things like that. So my daughters, I have 2 girls. So my daughters get their hair braided. I pay people to braid their hair. And Baby, every, every, every single time that I get their hair braided, I always have to keep calling the braid. What color did you say again? How many pieces do you need again? How many packs do you need again? Because I'm just not aware of stuff like that. Then she goes on to say, first she mocks me, right? She, I didn't know you were wearing a wig. I thought you were wearing a wig too. I did a whole video showing me getting my wig put in. I was like, what the fuck? I am a mother of two and a social worker. Do you think I'm watching every damn thing you do? Yes, I follow you on various other different platforms because that's what Ty said to do. My mentor, she's like, follow all the people that you like, watch them to see if you can get ideas to build your content around. And that's the only reason. But then she calls her moderators in and have them. And then this is on the reason why I'm telling this story on a Real Housewives thing is because I'm doing the Real Housewives video. Then she calls all her moderators in to have us timed out or put out or deleted or blocked or whatever over that. Then she goes into a tirade about us being jealous. Now, that's what I really want to address. My mama didn't raise me that way. My mama raised me just like she claims her parents did for her, on a lower scale. Yes, I was raised in a middle class, working class family. Wasn't raised upper class, upper middle class, or whatever. But my mother always raised us to be humble, to congratulate other people for the things that they have and their growth. And you're not the only one that was raised like that, but she's sitting up there talking about we were jealous, me and the other person who, and then all her little followers and minions in the comments, jealous, you knew she wasn't wearing a, she was wearing a wig. No, absolutely not. Jealous? Absolutely not. Like I said, my mama raised us up humble. We call it RUH. But she also raised us to know that the people that's up there can be down there with you at some point or even lower. So don't get too comfortable in being where you are. Just always be grateful. Even though I'm not a religious person, I do know that all good things come to people who put out good things. And all of my friends and everybody in school could tell you that went to school with me, the girls that were the so-called A-list girls that were popular and the so-called lower class girls that weren't popular, or what they call them, I was always in the middle of those two groups because, not that I wanted them to come together, but because, like, so if the A-class girls, what we call them mean girls now, if they were like, you know, I don't like them because, you know, they dress bad or whatever. I used to always tell them, don't do that. Don't do that to people. People are people regardless. And everybody is not jealous of you. Okay? Everything does not stem from jealousy. Okay? Because if that was the case, I'd be like when Candace was talking about her being raised in the country club, I could have disliked Candace for her behavior. But I used to tell the girls that, that didn't like the upper or the A-class girls or whatever you call the mean girl, I used to tell them, you know what? They're cool people. Just ignore them. You don't have to hang with them. Whatever. I'm everybody's friend. But see, it's always out there like a friend to everybody's friend. No one. No, it's not like that. I just did not like the mean girls' behavior towards those girls that weren't considered to be in their social circle or didn't have what they had. Again, I used to tell them the same thing I tell the person who thinks everybody is jealous of her. Don't be like that. Everybody is somebody to somebody. Okay? And I'm humble. Baby, I'm not jealous of you. Okay? So you could just put that out your damn head in every way. I was raised exactly how you describe being raised, except for the fact that my father was a builder and my mother worked in a sewing factory. But raised to be humble, and again, never raised to look down on people. Because having those things, it was somebody else. My mom used to always tell us, even though you don't have everything you want, you got everything you need. Because again, I tell you, the lights were never turned off in this house, which I inherited the home that my parents gave me, left me after they passed. As a matter of fact, I was over there on her channel comforting her when her dad passed. Again, also, being raised the way I was, my mom used to always say, baby, it's always somebody out there with something less than you are, than you have. So remember that, and remember to say, when you see somebody out there with less than what you have, be grateful for what you have. Therefore, guess what? You don't have to be jealous in that way because you have things too. So I'm educated through those working class parents. I'm currently a social worker. I didn't work for 7 years raising my children. Their dad passed away, and their dad was in the military. And I know that people say, black man has no place in the military, but he was grateful for everything the military did for him. And he took advantage of every single opportunity. He went back to school. He got his degree. He was working on his master's when he passed away. As a matter of fact, he passed away looking for school supplies. He was in the Hobby Lobby. So, in all of that, he knew the importance of education. So, a lot of people don't know this, but you have to pay into that GI Bill. It's not free. He paid into that He paid into his GI Bill. He paid into his retirement. He paid into his 401k. He paid into every single thing so his children could take advantage of the things that he had. So trust me when I tell you that. He set them up to live comfortably. They're good. So being that they're good, I'm good. So no reason to be jealous of anyone. I may not drive a BMW or a Mercedes, but I have a car to drive. But my mother always taught us, when I was a CSR worker, a lot of those workers drove BMWs and a CSR manager, and I drove what I could afford. I didn't live beyond my means, and I always looked at them and say, your car do the same thing as mine. Cranks up, get you from point A to point B. So, I don't look down on people who don't have what I have, and I don't get jealous of people who have things that I don't have. Said all that to say, boo, not jealous. Boo, I'm not a hair connoisseur. So, boo, I didn't know that it wasn't a wig. But let's get to the real. I think I spent 13 minutes on this shit. But it's because she spent 13 minutes to admonish me on her channel. Put my damn message up with my photo on it. So I had the right to respond on my channel, because when I was getting ready to respond on her channel, because I just simply said, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I didn't watch your getting your little hair done or whatever on the video. I don't watch every time you post on Instagram what you doing to your hair, because that's not me. I don't follow everything that every other content creator does. I saw Bonnie Blue getting her hair done and getting ready for the Ooh Ladies first meet and greet. I watched that. I watched Nisa doing that. But that's because Nisa has a blog to do that type of stuff. But to say that I watch that type of stuff every day, absolutely the fuck not. I watch other content creators to be entertained. I don't watch to say if you're wearing a wig or not. Anyway, so let's get back to that. The episode opens up where it left off at, and Kelly and Porsha are going back and forth. Kelly, I don't care how I ain't scared of her. And you know you sleeping with that married pastor. Now he done turned into a married pastor. See. I She lied on me, so I got my lick back. So, are you telling the truth about her sleeping with a married pastor, or are you lying? I can't keep up because it seems like Porsha is actually lying. And this is where K. Michelle is kind of reversing it on Drew. And Drew came back and said, I don't know what is going on. But Angela and K. Michelle were able to come to a resolution. That's why Angela said that, her saying that she didn't fit in, that was kind of harsh. And I think it was harsh too, because that goes back to me talking about the mean girls and what they consider the lower class girls or whatever. I don't like somebody saying you don't fit in, because it makes it seem like you trying to act like you better than me. But I can understand in Drew's position where she comes back with that, because hell, this woman has attacked her career ever since she got on the show. Talking about have you seen her get an award from that? What is her acting? Huh? Did you see your face when you were making that face? Have you seen Drew? Baby, that face card is given. That face card is facing. So, stop with the throwing out, innuendos about her looks. Don't do that. Because the way your face been tightened and pulled and stretched, and girl, stop. So, my analysis on it, I think that Porsha has gotten by for too long on very, very bad behaviors. And I think that Kelly thinks that she's the savior, the one that's coming in to save everybody who has experienced her bad behavior, like Shamia. It's not going to work because nobody likes you, Kelly. I like you, but nobody else does. You are coming across unlikable. And that's not a good position to be in on a show like this. Even though you are a part of the quote-unquote Smalls group. Oh, boy, when Phaedra calls you strawberry shortcake, I'm looking at Phaedra and seeing that she's just as short as you are. Child, I don't even know. But the reason why I call them the small versus the tall is only because, not because of their physical appearance, it's just because that's how divided the division in the group. That's what it's reminding me of. That's all. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The point is, if they want to come to some type of resolve, they're going to have to stop letting Porsha be the HBIC. And Porsha's going to stop having to think that she's the HBIC. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have her position on the show, because whether we like that shallow muddy puddle or not, she is a very, very popular character on that show. And K. Michelle came in too hot, I think, talking about she could knock her down and a peg or two. Somebody needs to. Porsha needs some of that humbling that I was just talking about that chick over there with the weave. She needs some of it. But at the same time, her fans don't care. K. Michelle, her fans don't care. So, in the next scene, we have Shamia, and she goes over to her mama's house. Her mama cooking some shrimp and grits, I think it was. Girl, I don't eat shrimp and grits. I like my grits with butter, salt, pepper, and bacon and eggs. That's the only way I eat it. I could eat it plain, like they cook at my school, the Head Start where I work. Hey, they make some fire grits. They want to taught me to put butter and milk in it. I didn't see no milk, but I did see that they were Jim Dandy grits. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. They have eggs over here and embryos over there. This, that, and the third. They've tried 5 times. Nice looking young ladies about to be their surrogate. Shamia is scared that the eggs are not going to take again, or the embryos are not going to take. And her mom says it's in God's will. Well, the people, the other people in Christian, you see how Christianity contradicts itself, because the other people in Christianity say you shouldn't be messing with God's plan, right? So, I mean, it's how you look at it, but her mom says it's all in God's plan. But according to the other people, God's plan is for you to screw and the sperm and the egg meet and then push out a baby. It's not for science to be involved. You see how crazy that is? Yeah. But I'm not going to spend, like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. That's foolishness. So, Pinky, Angela, Cynthia, and who is that? Who else was that? Wasn't it 4 of them? Pinky, Angela, Cynthia. Why am I thinking it was a 4th person there? It wasn't but 3 of them. Yeah, it was Pinky, Angela, and Cynthia. They get together and all those little cuteness overload. Okay. That's how I'm trying to do my girls. I try to put them in every single thing that I missed out on. So, along with those scholarships that they already are building towards. So, I mean, like I always say, I wanted that my children's father know that these girls are going to be this smart and probably get their own scholarship. But, baby, that GI Bill has covered everything. When he passed away, they called me and told me everything that he had done for them behind the scenes. So, that being said, I still want them to experience pageants and modeling and things like that, just to have some to think outside the box of living in this small town. So I try to get them involved in different things so they can build culture. And I like the way they have that set up. Cynthia got in her modeling bag and she showed them how to model. It was so cute. But let's get to the main issue here. So Drew and K. Michelle have an issue. K. Michelle and PORSHA have an issue. So Pinky did tell Angela, you do instigate a lot of stuff. I can agree with her on that. Pinky, people don't like Pinky. I love Pinky, y'all. Pinky knows how to read a bitch. And I don't mean read like Angela reads or like Nina used to. I mean, she's very perceptive. And I'm a perceptive person myself, so I can read that in another perceptive person. What is Pinky saying? Is Pinky a Pisces? If that's the case, she's a water sign, so that makes sense. But, because water signs are perceptive. But, it's neither here nor there. She tells Angela about herself and that they all need to come together and have a sit-down conversation. Angela and Shamil, baby, when we get to that scene, it's about to go down. Next, we have Drew and all them damn assistants. She got assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the assistant. For what? Why is this going? Drew, I think, okay, here's my analysis of Drew. I think because Drew was raised by an older mother and then her sister is so much older than her age where people have assumed that that's her mother. I don't think that that's her mother. I definitely believe that's Drew's sister. And even if her mother did adopt her, that's still Drew's sister. I think that because of that, she has to surround herself with people who just get her or pretend to get her. That's a very dangerous lifestyle to live because she did that in her marriage. And that's going to come to be her downfall at some point because people that surround you who like you because you paying them, those are not your friends. And they will abandon you at any given moment. Like this fool abandoned her and said that her wigs are pushing back because one of the other ones got into it with the other one. And they sitting up there arguing over who does the most for Drew. Downsize, boo-boo. I can't say nothing bad about Tony. He's been on everybody's show. It's everybody's assistant. He's the assistant to the assistant from everybody's show to all the way to the Real Housewives of Atlanta from VH1 to MTV and all the rest of them. But Tony used to go to a church here in my small town, and by way of Chicago, Mississippi, by way of Chicago, honey, you probably gonna see a lot of people there. I'm surprised I don't know somebody that knows Drew. I'm surprised I don't know somebody that knows Angela, because that's how Mississippi works. I know most Chicagoans, black ones especially, has a living relative in Mississippi or Alabama. Because that was the Great Migration. We're going to escape to Chicago. Then they built concrete jungles, but we don't want to go into that. But these people are not safe for Drew. I hope this new manager is safe and tells her ass to downsize. Because you don't need that many assistants, baby. And I know that people are dissing you for doing 2 movies. Hell, I love 2 movies. The ones that I watch, I like them. I watch them because I like them. I love Drew and Twin. I'm not going to diss her for that. And then, it was another content creator that I saw that said that, Drew is not A-list or B-list or whatever. We need to stop classifying them for being A-list or B-list or C-list or D-list. That does not minimize her talent. Same thing with A-list, C-list, B-list, D-list singers. Even though Whitney Houston is one of the greatest singers that ever lived to me, that doesn't change the fact that Tamia, my girl Tamia, she probably didn't have the right people around her, or she became a mother and a wife. Whatever the case may be, Tamia can sing down, okay? Same talent, if you will. Tamia, to me, is, even though Whitney was A-list and whatever class y'all put Tamia in, didn't have the same success, but same vocal ability. Oh, hell, Tamia might be able to sing. Don't get me started, because y'all might jump on me about Whitney, because nobody wants to say nothing bad about Whitney. But moving right along. Because that's just like K. Michelle dissing her talent. Again, y'all both on the same show. Trying to do the same thing. You trying to get into singing, she's trying to get into acting. I've already gone all over that. We ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on them damn assistants, child. Cause like I said, I don't believe they're healthy for her. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this mess with Kelly. She goes over there and get her $70,000 teeth work done, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how many teeth she got done here. She look like she just got them clean to me, because the teeth look the same. But I wasn't off up in her mouth like that. Her and Shamir realized they have on the same outfits. What I want to talk about Shamir is that I'm concerned about Shamir telling her that she had the $70,000 worth of work done, and she needs to give him 70,000 BJs. Why? Why is everything with Shamir a trade-off for something? I need to give my husband a boy child because he gives me so much. Because he paid for my singing. He paid for my acting. Those shouldn't be... You're in a marriage, right? If I'm not mistaken. Old girl is in a relationship. She shouldn't have to give him any damn thing for giving her a gift. That's like sex work. Are they prostitutes? Are they relationship prostitutes or marital prostitutes? That don't work like that. You shouldn't have to give him a damn thing because he was nice to you. Or is it so rare that men are nice to women, you feel like, or you feel obligated to give them something that they shouldn't have to have, or you shouldn't have to work for? Is that what you're supposed to do? Work for what you get in a marriage? Hell, if that's what it is, I don't want it. Kelly employs Phaedra to assist her with her divorce. I wouldn't ask Phaedra for no legal advice. I would just probably ask her for, how did you handle an asshole of a man? that was trying to take you down. Give me advice on that. Legal advice, I go to a lawyer that wins cases. Just saying. Pinky and Cynthia facilitates the meet and greet with PORSHA. PORSHA's willing to go. She had a talk with Pinky first. Pinky wouldn't let her get a word of edgewise and all. That irritated PORSHA, because you know her brain is only can process with so much information. Pinky, stop with that educated stuff over there. Stop it. K. Michelle said PORSHA was huge. They could beat her ass. I didn't know she was that much bigger than you, K. I mean, it don't look like that from the TV. But I mean, hey, she did have better ass work, so it makes her ass bigger than yours. But I don't know about all that other stuff. So, PORSHA and Kelly, they reach a resolution where they will be nicer to each other, and within 48 hours, they'll tell each other what the problem is. That worked out how good, because they still going back and forth on the damn social media. So what was the purpose of them getting together and doing all this talking? What happened? What happened after this? Because they looked like they were good. So now they back on social media. I don't know. Maybe it was because Kay started it on social media. Yeah, because this was after the whole cooter thing. The stinky cooter with the oysters. So that they also came to a resolve from that. I think between them, K. Michelle used to be in the HBIC in her world. But she just didn't know how to humble herself to not be the HBIC in PORSHA's world. And when Cynthia said that PORSHA, it's a nice girl and don't do a whole lot of things, mean girl stuff, didn't you have to kick her in the cooter to get off you? Oh, okay, that's what I thought. PORSHA told Kay to let go of the plot and the plan. I still don't know what the plot and plan is. If she told what it was, maybe we can understand better, but I'm still lost. Especially when it comes to Drew. And even though PORSHA said Drew can come up with things, and she does come up with things, she didn't say that they had gotten together and came up with something unless I missed something. I don't see what it was other than Drew trying to get to know her that she would be digging around for stuff. It's just that Kay did kind of bothered when she was, hinting around that she was feeling black in some sort of way. None of y'all really should be feeling black, because the word on the street is that he's a scam artist. So there's that. Okay, girl, I feel you about those long toes, because, baby, people think that my shoes are too small because I wear a size 8. And I rarely have my toes, the shoes with the open toes on, because them things hang over my shoe, slide to the front, and the back of the shoe is slashing, which lets you know that the shoe is spinning, but, slide to the front. But they do have these things where they could stop your feet from sliding to the front. But I didn't know about that in the early 90s, child, and it was a deal. It was something, So I understand the long toe thing, but yeah, I still don't see, girl. I don't see that making sense for the plot and plan either. Drew to be Sador, as if that's the only channel that she works on. K. Michelle, you probably wish you could be on Tubi. And besides all that, Tubi is affiliated with Peacock. Peacock is affiliated with NBC Universal. Just keep that in mind when you talk about Tubi, because Tubi can get you to Peacock, and y'all are both working for NBC Universal on the Bravo side. So, girl, you make no sense. So Shamia comes in dissing Angela. Angela is the same as Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams wore a size 10 shoe, 5'10". My best friend was 5'11". So, wouldn't it look weird on a person? Just like it looks weird on a short person to have a big foot, right? And Shamia, I guess you kind of short. Your feet don't look short stopping, sis. Look like you wear about a 9 or about a 8, 9 yourself. So that's not a small foot, dear. So we're finally to the meet and greet with Shamia and Angela. Y'all, this is stupid. Because to me, Shamia started it. It's like she won't have a problem with Angela. She went back to the thing that they had in Dallas where she was like, well, you are always accusing me. But at the same time, that's not what you're here for. You're here to come to a resolution to get to a better place. So Angela wasn't in that space at that time. And she said, well, since we're talking about that, I just used my discernment. No, you just discernment to sell houses. Where the fuck that come from? That's not how you move past stuff. That's not how you resolve an issue. You start off with the insults. You came in with the insult, telling the girl she had Sasquatch feet, size 12 shoe. Come on now. She did say discernment. She wasn't using that word right. Use it to find out about the drama you have with other people in the group. Who has Angela had discernment with for the other people in the group? I can't think of anybody she's really into it with besides you, girl. Okay, that's the end of there. I can't think of right now. So Angela said, why would I be bothered by you? We're not that high on the rental scale for me to be bothered by. So in this conversation, again, to me, it's Shamia who's coming off a little bit hostile. So it's time for Angela to come back with it. In confession, this lady is talking about, I need to bob and weave from the big hands and feet. Girl, bye. So this is what it all boils down to for me with these two. Angela can't get past the fact that Shamia thinks that she came between she and PORSHA. Stop. We're going to do a hard stop there. It was things boiling under the surface like lava for a very long time. And it just came to an explosion when this show came about. So Angela tells her she's a lap dog. You're a lap dog, baby, with lipstick. Yeah. You came on the show defending all of the wrong that PORSHA had done, and she didn't do the same for you. So your feelings are hurt. And now we're going to find out, hopefully, what happened between Dixie Dollars Diane and Holy Rollin' Shamia Mama. So they have a confessional at the end that's reminiscent of the days of yore, when Kim had said, Papa! R.I.P. Papa. But, like I said, I knew who he was for a very long time because, and that goes to show you, I can be a great journalist because I keep things under the table because When I met Mama Joyce, she had already told me who Big Papa was. So I've always known who he was. And that's that on it. I knew, and we all knew he was married, but a lot of people didn't know who he was. He was just Papa. But shoot, when Mama Joyce was talking to me, she told it out from the wall to the wall. But that's neither here nor there. That's where I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button, and you will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video, because sharing is caring. At the beginning of the video, I had to let some shit off my chest, so that's why this video is long. That's 13 minutes of me talking about that other content creator and the shit she stirred up. You don't have to block me or put me out your chat or nothing like that, girl. I will humbly leave, even though I was one of the people that followed her from the beginning, because it wasn't about 6 of us on Candace's side in season 5 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. I also encouraged other people that felt that way about Candace, that it wasn't Candace's fault to follow her. So, not jealous again. But anyway, as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. If you want to fast forward and get to the good stuff about the show, I suggest you go past the 13-minute and 27 mark.